Okay. Mr. Harrison, then tell me your thought there, because I think that you had something on the police as well, and then maybe implicit bias. So tell me your thought.
Well, I was going to think about what she said as far as there's a word that I just learned. It's called empirical data. And I think everybody needs to understand what empirical data really is. Empirical data is justification, belief, what I'm saying, having the facts, and dealing with these officers. I have, a personal encounter on my case. At 17 years old, I was beaten and had a gun stuck in my mouth, and that was another reason why I pled guilty, and then we can go further back, I don't think a lot of us know that, or probably do know, black cats and red dogs. Let's not forget that. Black cats and red dogs was the first police system they set up to go out and jump on us. Go into the projects and beat black people. And I think a lot of us has forgotten that. Totally forgotten that. But I think that it's going what she was saying too, as far as in the system, man. You gotta, see it what it is. You have to understand that, there are good police officers, there's bad police officers, but they have to be honest with you, man. And my wife can tell you, I want to be a police officer. That sounds crazy, though. Yeah. That sounds real crazy. A person being incarcerated want to come home, be a law-abiding citizen, and be a police officer. You know why? Because I think I can make a difference. I want to be able to not only protect and serve, but I understand the system. I understand us. And I understand what would it take. Somebody that has some type of experience, that have been on the other side as well as going to the right side. And like I was telling him, I don't know, my wife and my sister, I was saying, you know what, it'd be crazy for me having a police officer on, gun, badge, going to the hood, West End, East Lake Meadow, I grew up at, and then start talking to the guys, they'd be like, and tell them I've been incarcerated. They'd be blown away. They'd be really blown away. But we have to, I think that need to be understood, and let's go ahead, man.
No, that's okay. And I don't ever want you to undervalue your opinion or your worth here, because you were it. Was Sergeant Carter, was it Sergeant Carter or Sergeant Clark? Sergeant Clark. That's John. Captain Clark? Clark. Captain Clark was saying is they need you. They need men like you who are positive, who can come in and give an example. And so you were coming back, and I know that sometimes you walk up to someone, it may feel a little awkward, but when you walk away, the seed that you planted is so important. Even more so than some of us, because you've actually walked in those steps. They can tell that you are authentic. I think it's an excellent example that you want to become a police officer, because this continues the conversation, right, Tenisha? Because now it's not blue, right? It's Willie Harrison.
Now it's not, it's us.
Yeah, it's somebody that I can connect with and I know. So let me ask, as a continuation of that question, how do you feel that technology has either leveled the playing field or changed the playing field? Because now we got iPhones, and so knowing my rights and knowing the law is one thing, but I can actually record you and have exactly what happened on YouTube in about 5 minutes. How does that change the conversation?
I think it presents to the facts of it, but again, we still have to do the research, because you can put it on YouTube yourself, but then they have the discretion to take it off. And it usually populates in the media, so who's running the media? Somebody, and just a few folks. So that becomes the puppetry, animation thing again. So what happens is it's exposing and it's bringing conversation, but we know it's been happening. So it's affecting the narrative, and it's putting it out in big numbers. But we still have to do the homework. Just go, oh, so-and-so died, and we're like, now we're marching. It's a distraction. We're marching again? Again? It's a distraction. So I can't just say my name, yes, but I can't remember all of them. It's too many. How far do I go back? So the media, again, we have to see it as I operate in truth and in fact. So I have to say, okay, he died, that's so sad. And I'll get caught up, I'll be crying at the computer and sad. And then what happens? Now I'm emotional. So now I'm not making a logical decision. I'm not making a decision from a place of cognitive thinking, because I'm emotional. And I might as well go just march. Marching is great, so I want you all to understand, but I'm using that as a storyline to say we need to do more than just march. So I don't want to discredit people who march. We need some frontliners, just to be clear for that disclaimer. So that's it. So it puts it out there, but we knew it was happening. So now what do we do with it? Here we are again. I'm like, great, we know it's that, our pride, we march. What are we doing? I'm in the jail. Where are you at?
How do you feel, man? How do you feel? Technology, has it changed the game or changed the conversation?
Yeah, like I don't work in juvenile justice. I'm community engagement manager at this 3-year-old startup nonprofit that I work at. We got 7 employees. But I come from, I'm a creative, if you want to say that. So, do suit and tie when necessary, but like I got a homegirl that works at Instagram, and it's funny. I got another homegirl that works at, she works in marketing at Netflix, and so like exposure with this technology, the technology should lead to some. It could be a distraction as well, because Google can take you down a rabbit hole of whatever, but it could, if you stay focused, it could take you somewhere positive. And these creative fields, like, you know, most people don't know that Pinterest has an office at Ponce City Market, and so does Twitter. Google has an office on 10th Street, like that. Like, and then when you go to these offices, and especially black people, like in our youth, you don't like the way we view work. I see why folks commit crimes and trying to whatever, because the way we complain about work and student like, but then when you meet somebody that work at EA Sports or that work at Wyden and Kennedy, which does the marketing for Nike, these folks tatted up from neck, ain't no face tat like a felony for your face, but neck down, you know what I'm saying? These folks tatted 2.7, 2.8 GPA, which is what I had. But they have a creative skill set. Now, our communities aren't being taught these careers, and so like my mom will say, like, man, black people's sports and entertainment, that's all we doing. We need to try to get something else. But we still ain't conquered, we did talent all day. We still ain't conquered the business of these things. And so like, there's just a whole nother world out here when you work at a Pinterest or a startup, or you work in app development, man. Folks out here, this is how I went to work today, man. Y'all out here uniforming and doing like no drug test, shouting. I go to work how I want to. Around 10, I go to work at 10-ish, right? 10-ish. Ain't nobody watching nothing. And what I realized the problem with our youth, so the technology, they are getting exposed to certain things, but there's no, from the teachers and the whoever's in charge, they never knew about these jobs. They still don't really know about startups and people that work at these like new companies and these creative fields. Folks making 80 doing marketing. I know a dude work at YouTube, man. All he do is travel to US to show people that can't get their music on radio how to use YouTube to further their music career. And I'm like, bro, you can't wear no deodorant because you ain't doing nothing. You ain't gotta wear deodorant. You not doing nothing. But again, when you have these, when the youth understand that these jobs exist, then the tattoos, you can make your culture work for you. And our youth just, they see the technology and they see what Chance the Rapper's doing, but the administration, it's that disconnect.
And I just want to make a quick point there. This is why Showcase Group is so important, because what I hear everyone saying is access. Access to opportunities, access to exposure, access to things that are not in your present environment. The only way you're going to get that is someone gives back who's not currently in your environment. So this is why coming to Showcase Group, volunteering, giving your advice, you never know what someone needs to hear that you already have. So with that thought in mind, this is our last question of the panel, and we'll go down